what's up? Just doing a quick video on what I've done to my 2020 Dodge Ram 1500 Classic, the Tradesman body, which is basically the 2018 body style. For 2020 Dodge Ram 1500s, they have the new body style, and then they have what they call the Tradesman body style, which is basically the 2018 body style. So I will get into some of the stuff I've done to it so far. Added the flat black novice stripes on it. I did add lighting for fire calls I have in the grill, down below the bumper. I did upgrade the high beam, low beam, and the fog lights to all LED. I will post that link in here to the ones I picked up. I put I don't know if you can really see it right now, but I have the flat black flag in the back window, and then in the cargo light I replaced the two incandescents and put in LEDs. Likewise with the license plate lights and the reverse lights. I did not replace the factory bulbs in the brake lights or the turn signals. I did add a under the tailgate strip to it as well. I did not use the reverse feature with my reverse lights. I believe in the last video I posted, I have emergency lights that come on with my reverse. So whenever I put it in a reverse, these lights back here, I don't know if you can really see them, I'll have to grab a light quick. They'll actually come on steady white or solid white, and when they're not white or being used as reverse lights, they will they flash blue. Yeah, that's much better. So, but they are a blue white dual color. So far I'm pretty impressed with the truck. I really like it. I did get rid of my Jetta. Under there you can see the LED strip. I did wire the reverse light function into the cargo light, so whenever the cargo light comes on or I open the door, it has that strip light up as well. It's basically a courtesy light as you're walking up to the truck. Like when you shut the vehicle off and you get out, your headlights will stay on for X amount of time. I guess with the light you can get a better view of the matte black American flag. I added a tri-fold bed cover from Gator. Super easy to do. I did add the tailgate assist. I will also post that link in the description. I think I picked it up on eBay. It was like 20, maybe 30 bucks, and super easy to do. I actually wish I would have did a video on it. You'll have to remove this bolt, put this plate down, put the bolt back in, and then they will give you, basically it is a nut that as you tighten it on the other end, it'll pull tight like a rivet. And then, I mean, super easy to fold. These are all spring loaded, so I can just come over, fold that up, likewise on the other side, and fold my cover up if I want. Trying to think of anything else. I did do a stereo installation on this as well. I ended up running the two 12-inch MB Court subwoofers that I had in my Jetta. On these Rams you will have to order a special formed box. If you're looking to do that on a 2020 Ram, the 2018 crew cab box will work on a 2020. The only thing I've ran into is the speakers actually hit the seats, but the research I did, that's pretty common. So I just went out and got some pretty solid speaker grills, so I don't have to worry about if anybody's on here, because underneath this part of the carpet there's actually no brace. It's the springs that go across the cushion on the opposite side. So if you have like an adult back here, they could, end up hitting like your standard grill that's only like a half inch, maybe an inch high off of it. So I went with these ones that are pretty solid, super easy to install, 4 screws. Then the other thing I did was I modified the seat on this as well. The back seat does not fold down. So I took the whole seat out, and on the back seat you will see this piece of metal. It'll actually come down a little further. There'll be like a plastic cap on the other end. If you take a cutting wheel or sawzall and cut it off right where that plastic piece ends, you just have to fold the back seat up into a 45-degree angle roughly, or you can fold it up the whole way and your back seats will fold down. You'll have to do it on both sides. It's not super complicated, but with being able to do that, that is where I mounted the 1000 watt MB port amplifier, and down here is where I mounted the 2.5 farad capacitor. I did keep the factory head unit, so I had to go with an RF converter like I did on my Jetta, which is pretty easy. You'll just have to pull the door apart, pull your speaker out. Your speaker wire will come out in this pillar, so just find your 2 colors in there. And then I did the 9-volt test. I removed the B pillar and I removed the door, which are, let's see if I can get to it, these little Allen head bolts. You have, I believe there's 4, maybe there's 5. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5. There'll be 1 at the bottom, 1 at the side, and 1 up here. You can actually just, you don't need an impact or anything else like that. There is no screw behind the door handle itself. There's nothing in the handle pocket or down in the door pocket itself. So once you take that off, you will just basically lift the door up and it'll come off, and then you'll be able to take off the or pull out the speaker to find your colors. I just cut into them in the B pillar and then used the 9-volt battery to check polarity on which one was going to be my hot and which one was going to be my negative. And then I tapped into it with the RCA converter. You can actually, if you get one that does a left and a right channel, or a left and right speaker, you can actually marry the positives and the negatives on the RF or RCA converter together instead of having to run it over to the opposite side, because your stereo is just looking, or your amplifier I should say, is just looking for a mono signal. So I ran that, the wire back underneath the carpet, and my RCA converter is roughly right under here in the where the cargo space would be, under the carpet. Other than that, I really didn't do a whole lot of other stuff to it yet. I replaced the interior lights with LED. I probably will add under dash lights to it. Not sure, still up in the air. Controllers mounted there, my bed light, features added into that, as well as my fire lights. If I decide to do like rock lights under it, I still have an output for that, or whatever else I decide to add to it electrical wise, I still have an output for that. The gain control for my subwoofer I mounted right down here. It's actually a pretty convenient spot. headlights in LED. Show you those. They're actually ridiculously bright. Low beam, I have people high beaming me all the time. So those are just the headlights in it. Let's see if I can get the fog lights to come on for you. They probably won't do it without the key in. But if I put the key in, I will lose my video because my truck will automatically click over to Bluetooth. So I guess you'll just have to take my word for it. Like I said, I'll add the link for those as well in the video description. If you have any other questions, I'm kind of new to the Dodge Ram platform, but like I did on the Jetta, I will figure out ways to do things to either modify it or cut costs to modify it with something that does the same feature but without spending that extra $200-300 for the brand name. I prefer to fabricate my own parts anyway, because then it's exactly how I want it and I know how it's set up, like I did on the Jetta with the blow-off valve and the intake. Power wire, obviously I ran through here, mounted fuse there, and ran it through that grommet. So to do a stereo on these is actually pretty damn simple. So that's basically what I've done so far. I do have an intake up here for it. It is a powder coated matte black finish. Comes over into the actual heat shrouded air box. So, and then it has a rubber gasket for on top where essentially it'll replace all of this stuff down here. And I believe this part here stays from the fender where the cold air dumps into the box. When the hood is closed, there's a weather strip that goes around it that'll seal. I was looking at another one that mounts directly on top of the throttle body, but downside of that is they only make them for the Hemis and not the 3.6 liter. And yes, I ended up going with a 3.6 because honestly I'm not going to be towing anything where I would really need the Hemi, and you know, I liked everything else about the truck, so I could deal with it being a 3.6. It still has a lot of power, it's great on gas, and have ample room to be able to work on things. So I'll be uploading a video on the intake install for this. I did eliminate the muffler, which is right there. I just uploaded a video a couple days ago on that. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Even if it's a question about the Jetta, feel free to ask. I will be more than happy to help you out with any questions you might have regarding something you want to do to your Jetta, even though I no longer have mine. And I said in all my videos, if I don't have an answer for you right away, I will do some research and I will get back to you with an answer. I'm normally responding within like a day, 2 at the most. So thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe.